Hi, Masters. Good evening, all. Welcome to the session. Before the Grand Master comes, let's sit in meditation for few minutes. Close your eyes. Sit in comfortable posture. Normal breathing. Just relax your whole body. Sit in comfortable posture. Just relax. Just cut down all your thoughts. Slowly come out from your day-to-day routine. Forget about everything. Just relax your whole body. Normal breathing. Inhale. Choose last 2 minutes. Last 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now slowly come out from the trance. Slowly come out from the trance. Remove your both hands. Rub your palms. Them on your eyes, all over your face. Slowly open your eyes and look at your palms. Namaskar. Thank you all, Masters. Thank you for sharing all group energies.
Thank you, Tanuja, for beautiful meditation, and Kalpana for a beautiful soothing music.
Thank you.
Well, hello everyone. Today is the 10th day of our 11-day program, and most of you have known me by now. At least I hope so. But for a new audience, this is Shivani on behalf of PSSM Australia. I heartily welcome to our Zoom and YouTube viewers from all over the world to this online program, Buddha and Maitreya Buddha. Friends, before moving ahead, I would like to pay my sincere gratitude to our Grand Master, our beloved Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji. Along with this, it's always our immense pleasure to welcome you all on this occasion of Buddha Purnima. On this auspicious occasion, Masters, it's truly an honor to reflect on the teachings of two incredible Grandmasters, Buddha, who was a spiritual scientist, and Maitreya Buddha, our dearest Subhash Patriji, who is the symbol of friendship and kindness to all living beings. Gratitude to both. Friends, I'm going to tell you a very interesting fun fact about our guest today, so stay tuned. Our guest is a global spiritual teacher. He was born in India and later migrated to Australia. He is an IT professional from Chennai and completed his Master of Information Systems in Australia in year 2008. Even all achievements in materialistic world could not bring contentment to his soul. His search for truth and eternal happiness led him to practice intense meditation under the guidance of our Maitreya, Patriji. The quest ended during this period when he got all his answers about life, his purpose of life on earth, and life after death. Moving on footsteps of Patriji, a new teacher was born in 2011 to teach meditation and spiritual sciences. Since then, he had conducted hundreds of meditation workshops, self healing, self realization, and self mastery retreats in more than 30 countries. Coming to the fun fact, the impact of this master was so profound in these 3 years that Galactic Council has gifted him with 144 facet crystal. Another fun fact. I'm sure you're thinking, what is Galactic Council? I did. For those who don't know what Galactic Council is, it's an intergalactic organization which was created to deal with important matters in the universe, like races of 8 galaxies, those of known space, and other dimensions. Currently, he is the managing trustee of Agatya Pyramid Dhyana Ashram in Tamil Nadu, fulfilling the vision of Patriji of making this ashram as the international headquarters of silence. Along with infrastructure facilities, more than 3,000 spiritual and medicinal trees has been planted and well maintained. Many international participants from Vietnam, Malaysia, UK have attended self-healing and silence retreats and benefited along with Indian participants. Known for his humor, deep insights, and realizations in his teachings. Here I am presenting you all Master Pradeep Vijay. Sir, with great honor and heartful of gratitude, I now hand over this to you for wisdom sharing. And I'm sure, along with me, our audience are also curious to know more about Galactic organization. Galactic Council, please, if you can tell us more. Thank you.
Namaste, everyone. Is my voice clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, we will speak about the Galactic Council. I just want to, because the screen is getting frozen, is it? I think Shivani's screen is getting frozen.
Yes, it was for me, sir. I don't know. It's maybe my internet problem. You're okay.
Okay. All right. So this is the first time I'm coming to this Australian platform, even though I hold Australian citizenship, and my entire spiritual journey happened in Australia. Australia is a country which I have explored and I have realized myself, where I have done intense sadhana in Australia for about 2.5 years. Okay. So my spiritual journey started, I think, many lifetimes ago, probably. But in this lifetime, when I was a small child, and as about 2.5 years old, I had this deep quest to know, who am I, what am I, where did I come from, where will I go next? Why am I born in this particular family? What is this universe? What is this creation? So these were the very fundamental questions I used to ask my mother when I was a small boy. And I used to gaze into the stars. I used to gaze into the sky. And I want to understand everything. Fundamentally, I want to understand what is the bigger picture of life. I want to understand what is life and where do I fit in this scheme of things. So my mother said, you came from my tummy. And then I asked, where will I go next? So then she said, I don't know all those things. Only yogis know. When you grow up, you will know all the answers. I'm sure you'll know all the answers. So she honestly admitted that she don't know. And the number two part, she said that when you grow up, you will become a yogi, and only yogis know this truth. So that motivated me to have hope in life that one day I'll grow up and I'm going to know the truth. So that was my motivation as I was growing up. And eventually, as I was growing up, other things came into the forefront, like education, pressure from the parents and the society to perform well. And so the quest was always there, but it was in the background. Once I finished my engineering, I did my engineering in Chennai. And I was born and brought up in two different states. Like I was born in Karnataka, brought up in Andhra, studied in Tamil Nadu, then migrated to Australia for my master degree, got my PR, got my job, everything well settled. So life was successful. But you got everything, whatever you wanted. Money, family, loving environment, everything was there. So that's when a deep void came within me to know what is the ultimate of life. So that deep void took me to my quest in my childhood. What is life? And I want to live a life full of happiness, 24/7 happiness. So that was my primary search at the time. That led me into meditation. I saw a video of Patriji. The video is called Apodipo Bhava. It is so apt that we are speaking about Buddha and Maitreya Buddha. So my introduction to Ana-Pana-Sati happened watching this video of Patriji, Apodipo Bhava. So these are the final words spoken by Gautama Buddha before he vacated the body. So Patriji was explaining the significance of that final statement. And in that video, he said, when you close your eyes and observe the breath, you will come to know the truth. You will know about yourself. You will know where you have come from. You will know where you will go. And you will understand everything, whatever you want to know about yourself. And then I was like, yeah, this is what I'm searching all the while. Okay, let me experiment it. So I was thinking, let me experiment. And since Patriji was having a beard, I had a concept from my childhood that whoever has a beard is a fake guru. In India, there are so many fake gurus. If he's a really enlightened person, what is the need for him to have a beard? What is the need for him to show that he's enlightened? So I was having this, people who had beard, I should not, believe in that person. But when I watched Patriji, he was having beard, but his words are very profound. And then the next statement he said is, you are God and everybody else is God. So when he said, you are God, that's the first time I heard somebody saying, you are God and everybody around you is God. So deep within my consciousness, it said like, yes, that is correct. So that statement, you are God, shifted my consciousness that moment. And it made me take him seriously and say, okay, let me experiment and see what is he up to. Is he really saying the truth? So I started experimenting for half an hour, closing the eyes, observing the breath. And for the half an hour, I was so happy without doing anything. Just went into a bliss mode. And it was like, oh, half an hour of meditation can give me this much. So what is this meditation? What is the ultimate of meditation? I wanted to do a little more and find out deeply. So that half an hour became 1 hour became 2 hours, 2 hours became 8 hours, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, 2.5 years. Like that, it went on for 2.5 years. I was in the research mode. So I quit my job, I quit everything. I was only focused on researching my inner journey through this meditation. So I used to lock up myself in a room. I used to live in Melbourne in those days. So I used to lock up myself in a room and meditate for 8 to 10 hours per day and practice mindfulness, spend time in the nature. I don't know it was mindfulness in those days, but I used to do a lot of self-research and self-experiments. I used to go for 2-3 hours of swim in the local council pool and enjoy some steam bath and sauna bath. So about 2 to 3 hours I used to go out, and the rest of the time always inside. I used to either meditate or listen to music or read books, read spiritual books. So this is how I spent 2.5 years. And once in a while, occasionally, I used to travel around and travel to other countries also in exploration and discovering many things, realizing many things. But most of the time, yes, I was spending either in meditation or time in the nature. I used to go to waterfalls, go to beaches, ocean shores, and gazing into the trees, stars, birds, and I will disappear. So that was my blissful days of 2.5 years. And after that, I realized that I'm in an extreme spiritual path. See, by the 2.5 years time, I realized myself. Whatever I want to know about myself, it just came to me as a realization. I cannot say it is on that particular day I realized, but it is like a sequence. It's like a process. It's like a spectrum. I become an evolved person. The first significant thing happened to me was within 2 days of meditation, my consciousness shifted that I became a vegetarian. Like, I don't want to eat meat. I don't want to, the very thought that I'm killing an animal for my food was very disgusting to me. So that was the first shift in my consciousness within a couple of days. And within a week of meditation, all my identities dropped away naturally on its own. I used to have this identity that I'm an Indian, I'm a male, I'm an engineer, I belong to this community, I'm smart, I'm this, I'm that. There's a lot of labels. So one by one, all those identities started shedding away on its own. And I realized I'm pure consciousness, like I'm pure energy. So all the identities disappeared. So that was a very interesting thing which happened to me within 1 week of that intense meditation. And then went on to experimenting, okay, how it would be without eating food. So I stopped eating food for 15 days, only on water. So how it was. And, walking mindfully, gazing deep into the eyes of animals and connecting with the trees, connecting with the nature. So when I connect with the nature, I disappear. Okay, so I merge with it. When I will be walking on the way to going to the swimming pool. I will be walking, and then suddenly a tree attracts me, and I will be gazing at the tree, and I disappear. The tree disappears, and I'll be standing there for 45 minutes. So those kind of interesting things were happening in those days. And when I was sitting on the ocean shore, or I was sitting near the waterfalls, I just simply disappear. The identities go away. I simply disappear. I get into this nothingness. And also simultaneously, I get into everything. So where I feel everything is me and I'm everything. And at the same time, I'm nothing. Right? I'm deep emptiness. At the same time, I'm complete. So those kind of experiments, those kind of intense results, my own results out of my own experiments gave me the motivation to research more on this meditation and the spiritual path. When I started this journey, I had no clue that I would be intensely doing this research. I thought I will experiment for 2-3 days. But the transformation which I had within me motivated me to see what is the dead end of it. I want to see the dead end of meditation, what meditation can ultimately give me. So after my own realization, I also realized that I'm in extreme spiritual path. So then I heard from Patriji that middle path is a must. When you are in the middle path, then you progress more intensely in spirituality, in your spiritual journey. And nirvana, the real nirvana is in samsara. So then I took up the challenge because for 2.5 years, I was into that extreme spiritual side of experimenting, almost like I was a hermit, disconnected from the outside world. I won't speak to anybody. Parents got disconnected, friends got disconnected because everybody thought I'm crazy. Most of the time I'm in silence. And when I speak, they get fearful. I used to say, the day I realized that there is no death, I called my mother. I want to really share this joyful news. I called my mother. She was in India at the time. And I called her and I said, yeah, there is a good news. There is actually no death. And I realized it. So we will have a deal. When you vacate the body, I won't cry. So when I vacate the body, you don't cry. So this is the deal we are going to have. And she was like frightened and she started crying. And for the next 10 days, whenever my phone rings, she doesn't pick up the phone. So people, everybody, because I wanted to share these beautiful things, I want to share all my realizations to everybody, to my family and my friends. And the more I share, and the more they get scared of me. So, well, I think it happens. In those days, there is no PMC. In those days, the spirituality and meditation was not quite popular. And YouTubes were not popular in those days. So people, my well-wishers, my family, my friends, they were concerned about me and they thought I'd gone crazy. And but for me, they're all crazy because they don't know what life is. They don't know what death is. And they're simply running behind money, name and fame. And death can come any moment. And they have to, before they die, they have to really live life. They are not living life. So for me, everybody appears to be stupid. And for everybody, from their eyes, I'm stupid. I'm crazy. So this was an interesting thing because I can see from their perspective as well. So I had compassion and I stopped disturbing them and I went on in my own silence and research zone. So after 2.5 years, when I got a job, I applied a job. I didn't even have confidence to apply a job. But then again, there was a voice, you didn't waste time. You utilized this past 2.5 years, you utilized for your own realization. This is the most productive time of your entire life. So why you worry? You just apply. There higher beings or astral masters, they will take care. Why you should worry? Just you apply. So this is the internal voice which came. So I gathered courage and I applied a job. And the very first job I applied, I got the job without interview also. I got the job. And I sustained in the job for almost 5 years. And so a lot of magic, a lot of miracles. And so then from then on, the Galactic Council, the star beings started contacting me from the year 2012. And I was working with many beings from the other dimensions. So it was all, fun. For me, this is the real fun of life in those days. And in the year 2014, it was really interesting. This madam, I think Shivaniji was introducing, she said that the Galactic Council have recognized my 3 years work and they've gifted me the crystal. So when I look back, maybe it might be the case. Because I started teaching after 2010. After my intense research, I started teaching people around. Because once I got a job, then people thought, I'm okay, I'm a normal person. So then people started listening to me. So job helped me to be one among the people. And so in that way, then my friends started listening to me. My parents started listening to me. So they thought, okay, this fellow has something because his eyes are no more the same. His approach of life is no more the same. And he's happy all the time. And also he's doing work and he's doing his earning money. And okay, so fine. So they are all happy. And they started listening. So that's when I started traveling and I started teaching also. So for 5 years, I was doing job for 6 months. I was in a contract job. So I used to work for 1 month and 1 month I take a break and teach meditation. Then I do a 2 months job, and then I take a 2 months break and travel around and teach meditation. So that's how I was doing till 2014, from 2010 to 2014. So almost end of 2014, I got a guidance that I will be quitting my job and I'll be doing full-time meditation teaching. So that was the guidance I got. I said, okay, let's go with the flow. And so 2014, October 2nd, so the Galactic Council, through a lady called Nina Brown, who was living in United States, Santa Fe, New Mexico. So she was the previous custodian of that crystal, and that crystal was given to her by Archangel Metatron. And so she got an instruction from the Federation of Galaxies, Intergalactic Federation. So she emailed me. She got, she was just an acquaintance. She was introduced to me by a common friend. So just one email was exchanged few months before. And so later on, she emailed me saying that she got an instruction from the Federation of Galaxies, Intergalactic Federation, in other words. And she was so excited that that is the first time she got this communication. Before, she used to contact angels and star beings, but that was the first time she got the command. She said, I got a command from Federation of Galaxies to hand over the crystal to you. So she asked me to come to India, and because there was a certain instructions she got that I should come to India, and so the crystal should be handed over to me in a ceremonial way, along with Patriji, standing in a certain sacred geometry position in the King's Chamber in Bangalore, Pyramid Valley. So the crystal was gifted to me on October 2nd. So you have to understand, I never worked with crystals. My spiritual journey, my realization happened with pure meditation and connecting with nature and reading books. But these crystals, I never worked, and I don't know anything about crystals. So when I asked her, I don't know anything about crystals, what do I do with this crystal? It's a very huge crystal, about 4.5 kilos of pure transparent crystal, pure quartz crystal, 144 facets. And so when I asked her, what do I do with this? She said, you know it. You have worked with these crystals in other dimensions, so you know it. So when the crystal came to me, it's a new beginning. At the time, I was just witnessing the magic. And you have to understand, when the ceremony was widely publicized in 2014, Patriji advertised about this ceremony to all the people in all the magazines, in all the languages, and everybody was so curious to see what is this galactic crystal coming and who is this special person. And so there were some other masters, they were like, oh, we were doing so many work for so many years, why suddenly one person from Australia suddenly getting highlighted? Who is this person? So everybody was excited to see me. Everybody was excited to know who am I, what am I, where did this fellow come from? And I was thinking that I'm going to make a fool out of myself in front of 5,000 people, because there were 5,000 people witnessing the ceremony in the pyramid, and also it was telecasted live. So there were other thousands of people, and Nina Brown also telecasted, spoke about this, and she was also telecasting to her circles. So there were people from many, many countries watching this event. And I told, like, either what kind of a drama is this? I never worked with crystals, and suddenly somebody receives a message from Galactic Council, and they come and hand over this crystal, and everybody is curiously waiting what will happen next. And also they attach this, that the Earth is officially joining the Galactic Council for the first time during the crystal handover ceremony. So this was all airy-fairy talk. Earth joining the Galactic Council and the ceremony, and Patriji, Nina Brown happening in the King's Chamber. So I became a spotlight and highlight of the entire thing. And so it was, but I trusted the universe. I said, whatever happens, happens for good. So either I'll make a fool out of myself, it's still okay, that's fine. So I gathered courage and I went for the ceremony, came to India and went for the ceremony. Then once the crystal came to me, it was interesting because suddenly a new energy came through me. That was the first time I channeled in my life. There was this light, there was this divine light which shone, and then suddenly this word started coming out of me. And so I experienced kind of what it is to channel your own higher self, not some other beings, but your own higher self. Like, when your complete potential comes into your being and when you start speaking, how it would be. So that I experienced the first time when I received that crystal. And then I asked Patriji, what do I do with this crystal? Because if it is a small one, I would keep it in the pocket and travel. But it's so huge. What would I do with this? Patriji said, this is not a normal crystal. Okay, so this is not a normal crystal. It's one of the world's powerful crystals. And this crystal is connected to the other dimensions. And your movements on the planet Earth will be monitored by your astral masters, by your star friends, by the council team members. So all your movements on the planet Earth, they will be watching and they will be guiding through this crystal. And the crystal will take you all over the world and you're going to travel all over the world. So I received the crystal in October. I quit my job in September. I still have a lot of debts to pay. My credit card debts were still there. But since I got the guidance to quit the job, and I also felt deeply that my passion is only in teaching meditation, so I quit the job, let's see how the universe is going to support me as an experiment. And Patrick sir was saying that, this crystal is going to take you around the world. I was thinking, how does this stone going to take me all over the world? How is it possible? And, to buy air tickets and to travel around the world. And it was like, okay, fine. When it happens, it happens. But to my surprise, when I look back, I traveled 6 continents except Antarctica. I traveled all the continents, and it was people get messages in their meditation that they should invite me. And people get visions in their dreams that I'm coming to their country and I'm giving a class and a lecture. So then people started inviting me and they started paying my air tickets. And so that's how, and wherever I go, I teach workshops. I make them sit in meditation. Workshops means spiritual science workshops. So I make them sit in meditation, Ana-Pana-Sati Meditation. I make them meditate intensely for 1 hour. Then I will show them the crystal. Because they were inviting me for the crystal. They are not interested in me, but their more interest is in the crystal. They want to see the crystal, because they heard that it is the most powerful, most beautiful, 144 facets. And the crystal is from Galactic Council. It will change their DNA. So they heard many, many things. So their curiosity and the interest was only with the crystal. But I wouldn't show them the crystal unless they meditate for 1 hour. So this is how I started teaching meditation all over the world. And after I received in 2014, and in 2015, end of 2015, again I received a message that I should program the crystal, because the crystal was the programming of the crystal still is not 100% my energy, so I should program the crystal. I was like, I don't know how to program the crystal. I never worked with crystals. I don't know how to program it. And, when I asked, what do I do with the crystal? Patricia simply said, it was in 2014, right? 2014, after I received the crystal, Patricia said, this crystal will take you around the world. This is not a normal crystal. And anyway, you're teaching meditation. So place the crystal in front of them on a table and ask them to do meditation. You do your job, the crystal will do its job. So this is what he motivated me. So I was doing only that. So whoever comes into the crystal meditation, I used to ask them to gaze into the crystal for 30 seconds and then close the eyes and do Ana-Pana-Sati meditation. That's it. No guided meditations, no healing, nothing. Just observe your breath. The crystal will do its job, you do your job. So this is how I've been going on for 1.5 years till end of 2015. Then I got a message that, see, you have to understand, when I say I got a message, it's not like I hear the voice or something like that. I feel deeply within me. Intuitively, I feel within me. And also, at the time, there was a crystal expert from America. They came to India to visit me to see this crystal. And they said that, oh, this is a very powerful crystal. This is the most powerful we have ever seen. And I don't know how you're handling this crystal. This is like a missile energy. And I think, you are fully protected. It's your astral masters who are protecting you. It's not possible to hold this much of energy and anchor in this much of energy. So you are divinely guided. And so they said, okay, you should program your own energy, you should program with the crystal, and then you will be able to do more work with the crystal. And I also intuitively felt, yes, it makes sense, it is correct. So when I say I receive a message, that means somebody is saying something to me, and I feel it is correct within my being, my intuition says correct, then I follow it. Many times, many people say many things, I don't resonate with it, I don't feel right, I discard it, I don't care about it. So then I asked them, okay, I will do the programming, but you teach me how to do the programming. And they said, yeah, we would teach, but not with this crystal. With this crystal, we are not capable to program it. Only you have to program it, and you already know how to program it. And okay, again, fairy language. How do I know how to program it? So again, the only thing I know is meditation. So I took the crystal to a nearby pyramid. I was in Raipur at the time, Chhattisgarh. So I took that crystal to the pyramid, I sat in the king's chamber, and placed the crystal in front of me. And I said, the only thing I know is to surrender. So I surrender. Whatever needs to happen, let it happen. So I let go of my mind, I let go of all the identities, and from the heart space, I just surrendered. So in that space, I completely disappeared. Me as a being disappeared, and there was only a light I can feel. Then the crystal disappeared, and the crystal not disappeared. The crystal transformed into light. So my light and the crystal light fused. There was a fusion of that, and then there was suddenly this inner voice which said, "Whatever you think deeply in your heart will be programmed in the crystal." So then I said, "Okay." Whoever comes in the presence of the crystal, their true potential should get activated. Their true potential of kindness, compassion, friendship, oneness, love, these qualities should get activated. And I was in that meditative state, I don't know, for almost 30 minutes or something. So then after that, I came down, and because the programming I did was whoever comes in the presence of the crystal and does meditation, they should become compassionate, kind, and they should become vegetarian. That is the essence of it. So I wanted to experiment whether it is really happening or not. Then the next meditation I had was in Egypt. So in Egypt, when I did this meditation, and there were many people in that particular workshop who raised their hands and said that something has changed within them, and they cannot take the violence towards the animals, and they want to be a vegetarian. They were meat eaters until that time, and they said in that meditation something happened and they want to be a vegetarian. So then I thought, okay, maybe it is a one-off. Then I'll try another workshop. So the next workshop also, I got the same feedback from the people that they feel they are more in their heart space. They feel more in their heart space. They feel a lot of compassion within them. Some people said they want to become vegetarian, but most of the people, they said they want to be in their heart space. They can feel their heart space, and they can feel their expanded self, and they feel love for everybody. So these are the expressions they were giving. I said, okay, fine, it works. And then later on, when I double checked how the programming happens, so the crystal experts, they told me this is how exactly the crystal programming happens. That you, in your heart space, connect to the crystal, and through your intention of your heart space, you program it. Whatever you feel deeply in your heart, it gets, implanted. Yeah, it's more of, the codes getting implanted into the crystal, the message. So that's the crystal journey. Ever since then, I traveled, and all the workshops and all the retreats I do is always with the crystal. Normally, when I'm teaching meditation for the first time, when I'm going to the country for the first time, then I don't do intense crystal meditations. In fact, I don't even show the crystal to them, because I was very conscious that I don't want any dependency on the crystal. I don't want anybody to be dependent on the crystal. Because there came a stage I felt like, people are more interested in the magic. They are not interested in the spiritual science. They're more interested in the energy and the DNA coding and the crystal. They're more interested. I noticed that people started looking external things rather than going inside. And I don't want to get the title of a crystal man and going around the world showing the crystal and with like a magic wand. I don't want those things. So I consciously cut down doing crystal meditations. Then I told myself, okay, I'll use this crystal only for retreats, only for intense silence retreats. And other than that, I won't use that crystal. So successfully so far going on. And yeah, before Patri sir vacating his body, so he told me that this ashram in Tamil Nadu, he wants this ashram to be the international headquarters for silence meditation, non-dhyana. So I told him, well, fine, we'll do it. Because whenever I do intense meditations, intense retreats, silence retreats, he always comes, and he comes as a guest and he will give a talk. See, I travel around the world. I used to travel 4 to 5 countries per month, and most of my teaching was outside India. I never taught Indians until COVID. So, because so many people are there in India. So all my sadhana happened in Australia. My teachings also happened in Australia. So I never taught to Indians until COVID 2020. I came to India for a 1-week visit. The airspace got closed. So that's how I ended up staying in India. And yeah, so Patri sir said, you will be in India. And I was like, how come I'll be in India? Because my work is outside India. He said in 2018, before lockdown, he said in 2018 that you'll be spending 6 months in India and 6 months you'll be traveling around. It's like, how is it possible? No, my work is outside. But then when the lockdown came, yes, I have to be in India at that time. And I started teaching people in India. Then this ashram came, then started building this ashram. So now I end up staying most of the time in India. So now this ashram in Tamil Nadu is almost complete. We have a Markaba, and a Markaba is again a sacred geometry. If you see the Sri Chakra, the middle portion is the Markaba. It's like a star, 2 pyramids, inverted pyramid. And we have kept 6,000 kilos of crystals inside the Markaba. And it's like a very powerful portal vortex. And we built a pyramid, a 45 feet by 45 pyramid, and we have a 27 feet Markaba, and we have a 36 feet pyramids. So this ashram is also a hilly terrain. It's not like a flat surface. So on the ground level, you have a Ganesha pyramid, and then when you climb the mountain a little bit, on the mid level there is Markaba, and then on the top level there is Agastya pyramid. So almost 80% of the work is done. We have accommodations, the entire facilities to host international programs and retreats. So this work is almost done. And now I'm guided to shift my work to UK and Switzerland. So in UK also we are establishing meditation centers, and soon we'll be building a similar ashram in UK. And my purpose is to establish an international spiritual science center, an academy, university in Switzerland, and I want to reach WHO, World Health Organization. I want to take this meditation to the United Nations so that the United Nations recommends meditation. Once the United Nations adopts this meditation, then every country will adapt naturally. So this is how the world is going to spiritualize. And, we cannot keep traveling from one country to one country, teach meditations in groups. Now it should go through the government. So this is what I'm working on currently. I'm currently working on a lot of research and a lot of data, and working with NGOs, working with influential people, working with billionaires who have a similar vision. And yes, this meditation has to reach out to the whole world. And this meditation will reach out to the Western community. It will reach out in a scientific way. That's why we call it a spiritual science. So that is my target. That is our vision. Right? It's not my vision. That is the collective vision. There are millions and millions of people who are working towards this. I'm one among them. We're all in the same space. Okay, thank you very much. I think I thought I'll speak about Buddha today, but then when the crystal and galaxies come, I think everything is meant to. Thank you. So if you have any questions, you may ask, and then I'll take it forward from there.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your journey. And to be honest, the only thing I was thinking until you said that you're going to use the crystal at the time of retreat, I'm thinking I'm going to ask, what's your address, sir, in Australia, and when can we come with Australia team? That was the only question I was thinking, that you're here and we're having, we would like to visit you and see the crystal. And then also I want to add, I was a little bit jealous when you said that you're going to set up a center in Switzerland. And I was
Yeah.
like, we are in Australia, you are in Australia, do something in Australia as well. We would like to, join and be part of it, and, do whatever we can as Australia team. So, yes.
Yeah, definitely it will happen. Why not? See, it was again, so there was a reason for everything. Okay, so you say, what is my address in Australia? Yes, I do have an address there. I still have an address because my cousin sisters and my brother-in-law and my niece are still there. So their address is my address. It's been almost like 7 years I visited Australia. So even though my spiritual journey started in Australia, my higher education started in Australia, I got the citizenship in Australia, my realization started in Australia, my middle path happened in Australia, but my work is all over the world. So in the year 2017, when I visited Switzerland for the first time, when I was doing a program there, the moment I landed in that country, see, everywhere in every country I go, I travel. Some countries I feel, wow, this is a beautiful country, but I don't have much work to do. Some countries I travel, you have a lot of work in this country, but it is not for me. So when I landed in Switzerland for the first time, I felt this combination, wow, it's a beautiful country, but I have a lot of work to do. Both beautiful country and I have a lot of work to do. And after I finished the session, I was starting to airport, packing my things and going to airport. Then Patriji called me. He was in Germany at the time. So he called me and said, Swamiji, where are you? I said, I'm in Switzerland now. He said, wow, okay. You have to shift to Switzerland. Swamiji, he said, what? Shift. I was in Singapore at the time. So I already relocated from Australia to Singapore, keeping Singapore as a base and traveling around. So he said, Singapore doesn't suit you. It's too busy, too much hot, too noisy. Switzerland suits you. Because Switzerland didn't participate in World War I and II. It's full of snow mountains, and your crystal needs to be in Switzerland. So your crystal will be headquartered in Switzerland. The temperature is conducive, the atmosphere is conducive, the land is conducive, and you will build through you a huge crystal pyramid will come. Through it, a crystal pyramid will come, and your crystal will be headquartered there. And people around the world will come to that ashram. He said International Center Ashram. People around the world, you don't need to carry the crystal. People around the world will come there to meditate in the presence of the crystal. And that will be the international headquarters of Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement. And through that place, spiritual science will spread all over the world. So this is what he said. You relocate. Singapore starts with yes. Switzerland starts with yes. So from yes to yes, you relocate. You say yes now. Yes to yes, you say yes.
Yes.
So this is what he was asking on the phone. I said, okay, fine. Yes. Why not? I have work and it's a beautiful country. I said yes. This was in 2017.
Okay.
And 2018, 2019. So for 2 years, I was focusing more on Switzerland and Europe to teach more meditations there. I thought there might be an existing ashram who will collaborate with us. We tried a bit, but nothing worked out. Then after this lockdown, there was this gentleman who watched my videos online. He came to this ashram last year, December. He came and met me and he said, sir, I watched all your videos online. My life went into a huge transformation and my business grew 10 times watching and experimenting all the things you have spoken. So I want to take you all over the world. I want you to, India is not your place. You please relocate to Europe. I will build an ashram in UK, or I will build an ashram anywhere on the planet Earth. I'll build an ashram for you. So Europe needs you. Please come. So he's a multimillionaire. And so it was like, okay, now the dots are connecting. So he was based in UK, and he was saying, I will I will buy a land in Wales, and create a similar setup, and your headquarters will be there. I was like, okay. In my mind, I was thinking Switzerland. Then he said, oh, I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of relatives who are billionaires in Switzerland, and I will introduce you to them. And once we finish the UK project, we will start the Switzerland. And I was like, wow, okay. So now it makes sense. I told him, okay, I'm coming. So I was in Europe for the last 2 months, and it was amazing. A lot of interesting things. And we will be having a center in Austria as well. We'll be having a center in UK and probably an ashram in Wales, United Kingdom, and Switzerland also I went. So yeah, dots are connected. It's all divine timing, So
Yes.
For me, I don't predict what is the outcome. I'm not focused on the outcome. I'm focused on, am I doing my work? That's all.
Yeah.
So do your best and leave the rest. That is my policy. So you have to wait and see how things unfold. But I know why Switzerland, because WHO is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, World Health Organization. And Patri sir also told me, when the crystal came to me, he said, you start your own, and you start your own foundation. And he also gave the name Breath, Energy, Health Foundation. He said, you start your own foundation, Breath, Energy, Health Foundation. And through this health foundation, you will reach all over the world. That was in 2014, he said. And 2017, he said, relocate to Switzerland. So when I connect the dots, so the health foundation, it is through the health. And after the COVID, all the governments are focused on the health. There's trillions and trillions of dollars is getting spent on the health of no use. So there will be a point where the United Nations, the WHO, they will adapt this meditation, not in the name of meditation, but as a health foundation, as a breath awareness exercise. Because people come from different cultures. For example, if I go to Malaysia, I cannot teach meditation to them, because the word meditation you cannot teach to the locals. You cannot teach yoga and meditation to the locals, because it's an Islamic republic, right? So there are many countries around the world who are very skeptical that their culture or some cult is coming and taking over them. But everybody has breath, and through breath we can all feel the energy, prana, and that is for your benefit of the health. So this is perfectly suits Breath, Energy, Health Foundation. So through this foundation, we are teaching meditation, but we don't say it is meditation. So all the Muslim countries I travel, I don't use the word meditation, but I say breath awareness, breath energy, and it is for your health. And I say health is holistic health. It's not only physical health, physical, mental, emotional, psychological, spiritual. So the health is a holistic health. And even the doctors acknowledge that all the illness are psychosomatic. And even the WHO acknowledges that the health definition should be holistic. Recently, they passed a resolution that, the holistic health takes the precedence. So things are moving in a very grand manner. And well, yes, coming back to the crystal, when they gave me the crystal, they said the earth will go through a huge shift and transformation around the year 2033. So from 2014, they said from 2014, the earth has a grace period till 2034, like 20 years of grace period. So in this 20 years, the humanity will have an opportunity to shift in their consciousness. The humanity has an opportunity to raise their level of vibration and take a quantum leap. And for the people who don't shift their consciousness, who are not willing to shift from 3D to 5D, okay, from third dimension to fifth dimension. Third dimension simply means survival-based, fear-based. Fifth dimension means, based on love, compassion. 3D is competitive world. 5D is collaborative world, cooperative world, compassionate world. So from competition, you have to get into collaboration, compassion. So co-creation, collaboration, compassion, co-creation. So this is the shift from 3D to 5D. So they said, like, by 2034, people who are not willing to, upgrade themselves from 3D to 5D, they have to leave the planet Earth. Their higher self will come and give a call, and they have to vacate. And they will go eventually to the dimensions which suits their evolution. Earth is no more for that kind of people who are still into fear, control, power and all those things. And so when I was watching from 2014 what's happening, the events around, there was very crystal clear messages given in those days during the crystal ceremony, where that there will be a shift in the political system, there will be a shift in the financial system, education system, every department will go through a shift. And so when I see that, yes, it is happening slowly, it is happening. And COVID is one major junction where it shook the people's consciousness, and many people they quit their jobs because they were working because of survival, because of fear, and they quit their jobs and they say death can come any moment, so I better do the job which I like, right? And also people started letting go of luxuries, and people started letting go of having 2 houses and 3 houses. People started focusing on living a meaningful life. People had money, but they cannot buy oxygen, or even they have oxygen, they cannot breathe. They have money to go to the super specialty hospital, but their life is not guaranteed by the doctors. So they saw the futility of the medical system. And medical system is more of more of emergency situations. Medical system might come into a play. It's more of assisting you to postpone the suffering rather than healing or curing. Okay, so many people realized all those things. And in fact, if you see, it's during the COVID, a lot of people came into meditation. A lot of people came into meditation. It is during the time of COVID, the Zoom became popular, the online channels became popular. 2008, when I started my journey, there was not much information online. Now, meditation is coming into your WhatsApp. Meditation is coming in your doorsteps. Any YouTube channel you open, everybody's speaking about meditation. Everybody's speaking about dharma, karma. Everybody's speaking about chakra system, and it's getting widely popular now. And with this phase, I'm sure that by 2033, a huge impact, the conscious upgrade will be there among the humanity. So yeah, it's interesting times. So what I'm trying to say was the next 10 years is all we have to do something for ourselves and also to help our fellow human beings. So the next 10 years is very, very crucial. And after 10 years, it is the golden age. And people, you cannot find people who are greedy. You cannot find people who are vibrating in the fear consciousness. And the money, the currency, and everything will go through a shift in the change. The majority will tilt. See, now on the planet Earth, the majority is 3D, people who are in third dimension. But by 2034, the majority will be the people who are living in fifth dimension. So the governments which will come into power, who will run the system, they will be the 5-dimensional people. So they will govern. The governance will be based on love, compassion, collaboration, cooperation. So all friendship. The collaboration is based on mutual respect, friendship, oneness. So that is what the Earth is going to go through, and we will all be seeing it, provided you upgrade yourself as well. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. I will take the questions now, but I request all masters to please ask one question at a time, so that everyone gets the opportunity. I'll start with Namita, please.
Namaste, sir. Thank you so much for joining us and accepting our invite. I know Shivani said only one question, but I have a million questions to ask after what you mentioned, but I try to be only one. So, sir, as you mentioned, the crystal help so much us. Can we buy any crystals around keeping in a home, or what should you suggest? Is it possible to get a genuine crystal somewhere and we can keep it at our home to clear the energies?
Don't take it in another direction. So this
No,
crystal
not
was,
your crystal, but rose quartz crystals. People buy all those, the crystal shops we used to go.
I would say don't buy any
No.
crystals. My suggestion would be don't focus on the crystals. Let the crystal come to you. See, I never asked for the crystal, and the crystal automatically came to me. So my only focus was on myself. My only focus was on my realization, to know myself. And so when your focus is on yourself, the universe will gift you the most appropriate thing. And that is the real gift. Yes, crystals are very powerful. Crystals are enlightened among the mineral kingdom. But if you go and buy in the shop, it has a commercial energy. But when somebody gifts you, it has the energy of love. It has the energy of, it has more energy, more vibration. If you already have crystals at home, yeah, you can use the crystal in the place where you meditate. Or if it's a small crystal, you can hold the crystal in the hand and meditate. It will give a little more energy that is there. But don't put your focus on the crystal, but put your focus on your enlightenment. Put your focus on you being a better version of yourself. Put your focus on the self-mastery. And when you put your focus on yourself, then whatever you need, it will come to you automatically.
So how long we should meditate, sir? Like for a day?
Let me
sorry to interrupt. Yeah.
The most important thing, what I learned after the crystal came to me, is like we are all like crystals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pure, transparent, multidimensional, powerful. So we are all crystals inside, but we are forgotten. And our job is to remember that we are all crystals inside. So when we ourselves are crystals inside, pure, transparent, powerful, multidimensional, then we don't need an object from outside. So look for the crystal within you. And this is what Gautam Buddha said. Apo Dipo Bhava. Only you can light your inner lamp, inner light, inner crystal, through meditation, through Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Buddham Saranam means I want to be a Buddha, I want to be an enlightened master. Saranam means seeking. So seek enlightenment, seek self-mastery. Okay, seek Buddham. That is the first. And then Buddha never used the word God. In his entire life, he never spoke about God, but rather all his teachings are Dharma, Dhammapada. In Pali language, it is Dhamma. So all his teachings are Dhammapada. So Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dharmam Saranam Gacchami. No, seek, Dharma means righteousness. Seek the righteousness. And the righteousness you will get only when there is Buddha. That means truth should be there. Truth is like the mother, and Dharma is like the child. So when you meditate, you are in the truth. Truth, the definition of truth is that which is eternal is the truth. That which exists forever is the truth. So in your meditation, you will realize, in your intense meditation, you will realize your soul is eternal. All the rest of the things you see on the planet Earth is illusion, temporary. Only your soul is eternal. All the rest of the things are temporary. So when you realize that through your practical experience, not theoretical understanding, but more through practical sadhana, you experience your ultimate truth of who you are. So you are in truth. That truth will lead you into your own dharma, righteousness. Dharma simply means what to do, what not to do. Right? So Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dharmam Saranam Gacchami, and the third is Sangam Saranam Gacchami. Sangam means seek the truth seekers, Sajjana Sangatyam. Because we learn many things from our own self, we learn many things through our own meditation, but there are much more things to learn from others' experiences. So from fellow seekers, Sangam Saranam Gacchami, seek the Sangha of enlightened people, seek the Sangha of truth seekers. And it is through this Sangha our spiritual evolution takes a quantum leap. It is through this Sangha the God realization happens. The self-realization happens in meditation. The God realization happens only when you're in the Sangha. When you serve others unconditionally, that's when you realize you and me are the same. The other person is the same. So that is where Aham Brahmasmi comes. The essence of me is the essence of creation, is the essence of everybody. So the oneness consciousness comes in Sangam. So this is the grand teachings of Buddha. Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dharmam Saranam Gacchami. Buddha means meditation, self-realization. Dharma means righteousness. This is where the self-mastery comes. The second point. And the third is Sangam Saranam Gacchami. The God realization happens in the third step. So when you seek these three things, that is enough. You don't need to seek anything outside. Yes, pyramids are a tool. If you have it, utilize it. Crystals are a tool. If you have it, utilize it. But your focus is on yourself.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the question, Namita, and thank you, sir. I'll take next Balraj, sir. Question, please.
Balraj is here.
Good
Yes,
afternoon,
sir.
everybody. Good afternoon, sir. How are you, sir?
Wonderful, sir. Good to see you here.
Well, Master, just to let you know, 72 hours ago, this gentleman, Pradeep Master, was that in UK, in our house, in Patriji's house, rather. Sir, just to inform you know, the plate that you had your food in, the glass that you had your water in, that's all cracked. It broke. And the cutlery that you used, they used us for us, it's already kind of shrunk. So I think the energy of yours is still there. You know, the bed that you slept on is refusing us to go anywhere near it. So I would request you to please kindly release your energy so that it can be made ready for the other masters who probably are going to join in a few days. But seriously, on a serious note, absolutely amazing and a great honor to have you. I couldn't help myself. I was driving. I had to stop my car and listen to your wisdom, which is always a great treat for all of us. So thank you, TNC Australia, for giving us the honor of having this wonderful master to listen to. Sir, already missing
Yes,
you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for
Thank you, sir.
coming,
Thank you.
for coming and sharing your experiences. Thank you. And it is,
Thank
yeah,
you.
so I used to think myself like, I had this vision when I was doing my intense meditation. I had this vision that I will be having an ashram in Australia. So I was thinking like maybe the ashram will be near the Great Ocean Road, near the lone forest area, so overlooking the ocean. And my vision was like, anybody who comes into that ashram for 1 week and they stay there, and the moment they go out, they are no more the same person. So this 1 week is necessary for them to shift their consciousness. So that place will be that kind of a profound, powerful place. And so I was having these visions when I was in my student days of meditating in the year 2008-9. But that now ashram has already manifested in Tamil Nadu, and we'll be having similar kind of things in many countries. Yeah, why not? When UK has, when Switzerland has, when India has, when America also probably going to have. So every country on the planet Earth should have, because this is a place where I won't call it as ashram symbolizes its purity. But in Europe, it is more of a wellness center, a spiritual wellness center. So yeah, Australia also will have, definitely it will have. And I would love to really contribute everything possible. Maybe I'm gathering all these experiences so that I can, we all can combinedly build a beautiful wellness center, a retreat center, a spiritual retreat center. And yeah, yearly, I keep traveling around the world, but there's only 3 retreats I do per year. Intense retreats I do only in India, because the intense retreat should happen in the pyramid, in the Merkaba, in the nature, and with a lot of sattvic food, detox diet. So the intense meditation, the retreat will be like 10 hours per day, full of silence, complete silence and mindfulness, and detox diet also will be there. So it's like a ICU, spiritual ICU, intense care unit. So only 22 people I take. And last week, or I think 10 days ago, I have released the dates for November and December. So only November, December, January, 3 months I do this retreat per year. So November, 1 retreat. The last 10 days of November is the first retreat. The last 10 days of December during the Christmas time is the second retreat. And if any of you are interested, you have to call the ashram, Agastya Pyramid Ashram, and I'll tell you the number. So it is 8525044990. Again, I repeat, it's 8525044990. You can WhatsApp, and so this number will be handled by a lady called Swarnashri, and she is the ashram in charge, and she will take the registrations if anybody is guided to be part of this. Okay, and so it's going to be a paid retreat, very nominal charge to take care of your accommodation and food, but the retreat as such is a gift. The retreat as such is a gift, but just to take the accommodation and food cost, we are charging 45,000, but that goes as a donation to the ashram. So you contact the ashram and make yourself available if your soul is guided to experience what this retreat is like. Okay, thank you. So I'll go to the
Thank
next
you so
question.
much. Thank you so much, Balraj sir, for sharing your experience. And thank you so much, sir. Now that you have said that why not Australia have it, I'm sure in near future that will happen as well. And we are so looking forward to it. And coming to our next question from Kalpana ji now, please.
Thank you, Pradeep sir. Thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed the session, sir. My question is,
Where you are from, madam?
Australia, sir.
In Australia?
Australia, sir. Canberra. Sir, can you please shed some light on karma, sir? Concept of karma.
It's very simple. As you sow, so you reap. Whatever you do comes back to you. And karma is a learning tool. It's not a punishment system. It is through the karma we learn the lessons. It is like, when you are studying mathematics, you have a geometry box. So that was a tool. So using the geometry box, using the compass and protractor, you learn mathematics in a much more deeper way. So it is a tool to learn. Similarly, karma is a tool to learn lessons, soul lessons. In the first, you do mistake, and then that becomes a karma. And when that karma is hanging on your back, so you are bound to learn certain lessons. And with that lessons, you become a little evolved. For example, I hurt you. So that becomes my karma. And then that karma means like what I do comes back to me. So somebody else will hurt me. And when somebody else hurts me, I feel the pain. I know the pain. So when I feel the pain, I know the pain, and I tell myself, oh, the pain is too much. I don't want to hurt anybody because it is too much to take it. So when I hurt you, I don't know what pain is. I don't know what you feel like. But when somebody hurts me, I feel it, I realize it. Yes, it's very hurtful. I don't want to do this. So I will never hurt anybody. So I learned a beautiful lesson not to hurt anybody. So it is because of that karma I learned. So in the soul evolution, the soul average takes about 400, anywhere between 350 to 400 lifetimes average. So in the first 200 lifetimes or so, the soul will do more and more bad karmas. The final lifetimes, the soul will do more and more good karmas while learning the lessons, while going through the karmic consequences. So karma is a beautiful tool through which we learn lessons. People might ask, oh, we have done so many karmas in our past lives where we are not aware of it. But now why we should go through these consequences in this lifetime? This is the answer. Karma is not a punishment. Don't see karma as a punishment, but see karma as a possibility of learning lessons. If you are going through challenges in your life, that means if you are going through a lot of challenges in your life, that means you are an old soul. You are really an old soul, and you want to finish off all the karmas, and you really are in the progress of making the final lifetime. Like, you are in the process of enlightenment. So before the soul gets into the stage of enlightenment, they have to let go of all the karmic baggage. So the old souls normally bring up all the residues of all the karmas from all the lifetimes to finish it off. So how they finish it off is through learning lessons. When you come into meditation, the meditation process speeds up the entire process. For example, if your soul would have planned, okay, I will take this 10 karmas and I will learn 10 lessons from these 10 karmas. So your soul plans for it before it takes birth. It is called prarabdha karma. See, the reservoir of all the karmas of all your lifetimes is called sanchita karma. It's like a reservoir of all the karmas from all the lifetimes. From that sanchita karma, and the soul takes a small portion of that karma for a particular lifetime. For example, in this lifetime, before you have incarnated, you choose, I want to take this karmas to learn this lessons, and that karma becomes a sanchita. It will happen in this lifetime. Okay, this is called destiny. It is destined to happen because your soul has chosen it, not as a punishment, but to learn out of it. Now, when you come into the path of meditation, you speed up your learning process. So what you are meant to learn in 60 years' time or 80 years' time, you will be speeding up. So in 5-10 years, you will be learning. So 80 years of your learning lessons, or 80 years of what you have originally planned, the karmic clearing, will happen probably in 10-20 years because of the meditation journey, because of meditation, or because of reading books, or because of you become more aware, and you quickly learn the lessons. So when you're quickly learning the lessons, life seems to be very challenging. Life seems to be very difficult. Sometimes people say, oh, before meditation, I had challenges, but after I came into the path of meditation, the challenges increased 10 times. This is a natural process where you learn the lessons quickly and let go of the old karmas, karmic baggages. And then what happens, once your sanchita is finished, then automatically the soul takes from the, once the prarabdha is finished, the current lifetime prarabdha is finished, the soul automatically takes from the sanchita, from the reservoir, and starts working on all the karmas. So meditation helps you to burn all your karmas, which means meditation helps you to learn the lessons quickly. And when you do good karmas, like when you do service to others, if your actions are helpful to others, then the karmic baggage reduces. Okay, karma has two aspects. Karma has two aspects. The first aspect is to learn the lesson. The second aspect is account settlement. Just because you learn the lesson, yes, by learning the lesson, you are no more in the karmic loop. You are out of the karmic loop. That means you don't repeat the same mistake. When you learn the lesson, you don't repeat the same mistake. You're out of the loop. That's the first point. The second point is the account still has to be settled. Because of you, so many people suffered. So the accounts are still pending. So when you do good karmas, the account settlement happens naturally. So that's why all the religion, all the enlightened masters, they emphasize on dhyana and dana, meditation and service. When you do dhyana, you learn the lessons. When you do dana, you settle the accounts. So if you keep doing these two things, you don't need to worry about karma. Everything is automatically taken care of. So that's why in Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, when you become a yogi, through your jnana, your karma will burn. Okay.
Beautiful, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Beautiful explanation, sir. Before I take more questions, I just want to check with you how much time do you have? Are you okay to take more questions, or?
Yeah, this is my life purpose.
Perfect.
Actually, yes, I do have some appointments, but I feel this is priority.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. I'll take Leela ji's question next. Thank you.
Namaste, Pradeep ji. I'm Leela
Namaste,
from
madam.
Melbourne. Yeah, I'm from Melbourne, sir. So well-known place to you. I'm very, very happy to see you soon online because I have been following your teachings from past few months. It's a great opportunity for me to look at you in online now. My question to you, sir, I would like to understand the more deeper aspect of like what's the purpose of our soul guides, astral masters, and angels. Are they like in our culture? Normally, people say that the more good karma you do, people will go to heaven and they become angels to help us in our path.
Okay, first, what are the angels? In Indian tradition, we call devas and devatas. In the Western world, they call it as astral masters and angels and spirit guides. It's all one and the same. So they are. See, we have many dimensions, many lokas. So they are evolved beings, right? So they act as our guide. They come and support us. They come and help us in our evolution, in our journey. But what is the eligibility we have to receive their help? So the eligibility is punya. When you have more punya, that means when you have more good karmas in your account, then you become eligible to receive their help without you asking for it. So very naturally, the help will come in your way when you have good karmas. Okay. So yes, there are beings, higher masters and beings who are always willing to support you because that is part of the soul contract. They say that, okay, you are not alone. You go to earth and we are there. So that is the promise they give us. With that promise, we incarnate. right? So every time you sit in meditation, you can feel the guides. Either you can call it as spirit guides or astral masters or your higher self or angels. These are different words, different names given. But to make it simple, you understand that there is a divine guiding you.
Okay.
There is a divine light guiding.
Okay. Is it our inner voice is sometimes so prominent, so I could feel that they are guiding through my intuition or inner voice?
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, through your intuition. Sometimes, you don't know which way to go, this way to go or this way to go. But suddenly you will make a choice and you don't know why you made that choice. So that is your astral masters helping you. Okay.
Thank you,
And
sir.
also, sometimes your inner voice is very profound. When your outer circumstances want to do certain things, but your inner voice says, no, don't do that, do this. So that is also, it is intuition, inner voice, supported by the divine light.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thanks for the team.
Yeah. Again, the correlation between the receiving the support. See, one thing you have to understand is the higher masters, real master, they will never help you. Okay, they will only guide you. So there is a difference between guide and help. Help means giving you answers directly. So they will never do that. Okay, if at all they do that, they are not real masters. They are fake. The real master want you to be a master. The real master want you to experience and explore your own potential. So they will only guide you. Guidance is like, telling, okay, go this path. You are fine. Continue. Don't doubt yourself. Continue. So the inner voice says, okay, continue. Don't doubt. So that is again a guidance. Or a guidance saying, okay, so take this course. That is again a guidance. So, or the guidance like do 40 days meditation. So that is a guidance. So real masters don't give you answers. They give you guidance. Like, for example, you have a headache. They won't come and heal your headache. But rather you get a guidance. Okay, sit for meditation and your headache will be gone. So you will have the trust, you will have the faith that, okay, you sit for meditation, the headache will be gone. So when you sit, because of your own sadhana, the headache will be healed. So the guides guide you in the right path. Okay, they don't directly come and help you. Again, the more good karmas you have, the more you become the eligible candidate to receive all the guidance. You might ask me, okay, then why did they give the crystal to me? They gave the crystal not for me, but they gave the crystal through me. It will help many people. It will support many people. It will guide many people. Okay, so I'm just a tool for that. So we have a contract, sometimes we have pre-birth planning contracts that, okay, you do this and prove your eligibility, then we will come to this. It is like this, the father doesn't give all the money to the son. The father will give us some money to the son and say, and then, okay, you spend this wisely, then I'll give you more. So similarly, every gift comes with responsibility. Every gift comes with responsibility. And then the divine says, okay, I'll give you this gift and I'll see how you are responding to that gift. If you use it wisely, then you become eligible to receive more gifts. But if you misuse that gift, then you have to pay the consequences. Right? So that's why meditation becomes very, very important. Through meditation, your awareness raises higher and higher. And then when you're seeking the righteousness, then you know how to handle the gift. What to do, what not to do. How to do, how not to do. When to do, when not to do. So you will understand all those things and you will use the gift in the right way. And when you use the gift in the right way, then you will be blessed with more gifts. And through you, a lot of good things will happen to the entire creation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, Vanaja ji, please.
Namaste, Pradeep sir.
Namaste, madam.
I'm so happy to see you and talk to you. And my question is, you're talking about shifting from 3 dimension to 5th dimension. The governance change and the leaders will change and everything. So we can say that Modi ji is the example of that.
Yes, you can see that. You can see that yes. Before the leadership is focused on holding on to their power, Before that, people in India, they look up, though the Westerners are more superior. We need to adapt to the Western culture. And then, there is a lot of vote bank politics. And now, after he came in, he was like an inspiration for many leaders around the world. Right? To say, okay, you work for your country, you stick to your roots. Okay, you value yourself. First, you have to value yourself. Then only others will value. You need to respect yourself. You need to respect your roots. Right. So he's the one who brought in the Yoga Day, right? He influenced the United Nations to bring in the Yoga Day, and so definitely he's one of those people who are working towards making the whole planet Earth shift its consciousness. He's working from the political space. There are many leaders who are working in the education space, in the education department, in the financial space, in the spiritual space. Yeah, he's one among them.
So can you guide us, like, what exactly we need to do to shift, to move into that kind of a 5-dimension? What sadhanas we need to do? Like
simple. From I go into we.
Okay, helping others.
Okay. So if you are always focusing on you, I, then you are in illness. When your focus is on we, then you are in wellness. So shifting from I to we is the shifting of the 3rd dimension to the 5th dimension. When you're focusing on I, that you want to be powerful, you want to be rich, and you want to be superior, and you want to be the boss, and you are in the competition, you want to be the number one. But it is we, then you want everybody to prosper. You are in collaboration, you are in cooperation, you are in coexistence. So it is a shift from I to we, and for that shift to happen, you need meditation, swadhyayam, sajjana sangatyam, guru sangatyam. So these are the things, only simple things. The more you do meditation, the more you naturally shift from I to we. The more you read spiritual books, the more naturally you shift from I to we. The more you are into sajjana sangatyam, the more you shift from I to we. The more you are into Shravan, listening. Okay, so that's why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. So that means you should listen more than speaking. So the more you are listening to other masters, the more naturally you are shifting from I to we. So Sajjana Sangatyam, Guru Sangatyam. For Guru Sangatyam and Sajjana Sangatyam, you need intense listening capacity, Shravan. So Dhyana, meditation, Swadhyaya, reading books, Sajjana Sangatyam. These 3 are very, very important. If you do these 3 things every day, naturally you are shifting from 3rd dimension to 5th dimension without you doing anything. Only these 3 things is enough.
Thank you, sir. And looking forward to see you in Sydney and Australia.
Yes, madam.
So we are urging very strongly, so you will be here one day.
Yes, why not? One day, when you invite me, I'll be there.
Definitely. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And next question, Deepika, please.
So for the people who are asking the question, you please come on the video. Yes. Voice is not
You're
audible.
on mute. Yeah. Deepika ji, we can't hear you. Please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Is it
Thank you.
now? Thank you, Pradeep sir. Thank you very much. It was nice to meet you last week. I didn't know exactly who you were by the time I met you. I only saw a few of your videos. And it was, today I heard your talk and you have explained your journey and what exactly crystal you own. Because after you left, next day, one of the master has sent a video of you. There I came to know about what crystal is this. I was thinking it's a normal crystal, but I had to look up what is this Galactic Council? Where is this? Where does it exist? And you have explained again in this video today. I have to say that my experience with you that is the reason why I came on video now. I have experienced great energies. I don't know what it is. It is something different. I have never felt before, and that lasted up to 2 to 3 days, like you said. And I thought even without crystal, I have experienced so much energies. So it's great. Thank you very much for all the wisdom, your knowledge you're sharing. And every time there is something very important that is needed at the right time, when we listen to your videos. Thank you very much, sir, for whatever you're doing. And we hope to be part of your journey as well, or our own journeys combined with yours to, for the greater cause. Thank you very much.
Yes, madam. Good to see you. Good to see you in London.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I think I
best.
would say maybe it's divine timing. I don't know. Nothing happens by coincidence. So I believe that. So there's something to learn from you, something, I don't know. It's different. I should say my experience is different. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you so much, Deepika ji, for sharing your experience. Masters, any other question?
So I think if there's no questions,
yes,
we will conclude the session. So thank you very much, because I need to go. Still, there are some people waiting for me.
Yes, I just
wanted
to. Sorry, I just wanted to say, sir. Yes, in the beginning you said you wanted to share the Buddha teachings, the wisdom sharing. However, your journey is a wisdom in itself. It's very unique, very motivational, very inspirational. And the wisdom we all got is the only thing you need to do is stay with the breath, meditate, and the life become magical. So thank you, and thank you so much for sharing your life journey with us. And we all look forward to see you more in Australia.
Thank you. And one concluding notice of Gautam Buddha's teaching, Apodipo Bhava. Don't be dependent on anybody. Don't be dependent on any master. And don't get identified with any cult or any religious or spiritual sects. No, don't be identified. Don't let go of that identities. I belong to this, I belong to that, and let go of that identities. Your focus is only on the self-realization. Your focus is only on the self-mastery, because only you can help yourself. Nobody can help. Even if somebody wants, they cannot. It's not possible. The only possibility is you helping yourself. And that is the message of Gautama Buddha, and that is the message of Patriji all the time. Be a master, be a master. And you know what happens? This is the reality. Gautam Buddha, he was against idol worships, and after he vacated the body, down the lane, people started keeping Gautam Buddha's idols and started worshipping. So, any enlightened master, whatever the teachings it is, once they vacate the body, the teachings gets diluted. And Jesus Christ's main teaching was kingdom of God is within. And now, in the name of Christianity, so much of things are happening which is not in alignment with the true teachings of Jesus Christ. So, and similarly, the fundamental message of Patriji is be a master. Your breath is your guru. Only you are your guru. Nobody else is your guru. But once he passed away, now we have created, not we, I would say that a small group of people, I'm noticing that, they forgot the very fundamental aspect. It is like the Kohinoor diamond of this PSSM movement, be a master, never be dependent on anybody, right? And so as long as we remember the true teachings of the master and follow the master's teachings, that itself is enough gratitude we are giving to the master. Okay, so we don't need to form a cult. See, a new seeker, a spiritual seeker, a true seeker, if he comes and he sees that there is a cult happening and there is some guru worship happening here, there is one particular person getting highlighted rather than the spiritual signs, then they will leave because they are not interested in that. So it is the responsibility of all of us to hold on to the real teachings of the masters rather than creating any identities. And by holding on to the truth, by following the teachings of the masters, you see, the truth belongs to everybody. It doesn't belong to Buddha alone. It doesn't belong to Jesus alone. It doesn't belong to Patriji alone. Patriji himself told me that I am just a courier man. I deliver, I took from Buddha, I took from Jesus, and I'm just giving it. So the truth belongs to everybody. Okay, it is the same truth. Thousands and thousands of years ago, every enlightened master spoke the same truth. And the quality of truth is when you listen to the truth, your consciousness deep within says, yes, that is correct. there is an affirmation which says, yes, that is correct. That is the quality of the truth, because your consciousness says that is correct because you have the same truth within you. Because you have the same truth within you, the confirmation comes from within. So truth belongs to every single person. So let us not project or highlight one person or too few people and get into the cult. Let us be spiritual science students. Following the teachings of the master, we are already in gratitude to that master. So this is real spirituality. And I hope PSSM Australia holds on to the spiritual science. Okay. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you
to
so
all.
much, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank
With
you
this,
so much.
I thank you to all participants who joined today as well. And I like to extend my gratitude to PMC English for collaborating with us, Satish ji from PSSM Malaysia for providing technical support, and flyer support from Jenny, Prithvi, and Sharma ji. Lastly, a big thank you to PSSM admin team for their endless support in making this session a success. Thank you everyone again for joining us today and staying with us. Thank you. Sorry, there is a, I think, hand raised.